Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Unchained. And this is about a spirited, idealistic woman who's kidnapped and put into this underground women's fighting ring by these really sleazy people. And this is from director Riffello, who I didn't recognize any of his films. This is a very small budgeted film and really feels like this was made like the early 2000s or something. Like the opening credits with the music just felt like way late 90s, early 2000s, and like this had been dropped off in a time warp here. And this story is an interesting story. It's funny because literally watched Spare Parts the other day, which kind of has the same idea. Nobody gets their limbs replaced with like mechanical weapons in this, but it's the same kind of idea. And you have Mara Mulrooney, who's Ayala, who's our main character, and she's committed in this performance here, and I feel like the story is interesting enough. It definitely has themes of feminism and idealism that it works. It's a little on the nose, but I feel like it's at least meaningful. And there's some alright fighting scenes in this. Some of it feels a little half-assed choreography, and it doesn't feel like they're really like committing to fighting each other. But among other things, it's like a lot of the male characters in this are like just over-the-top caricatures and just so disgusting and slimy, and you're just like totally grossed out by them. And interesting, as a wrestling fan, Frankie Monet, aka Ty Valkyrie, is in this as well, and she does a fine job. She's definitely one of the stronger performers in this, and like even Eric Roberts, who pops up in flashbacks as Ayala's father, is like on a different level, because a lot of the acting here is a little flat and the line delivery is a little flat, and it turns out like this isn't the strongest cast in terms of portraying these characters, and the direction's a little shaky and a little sloppy, and you have this idea, this story, and it's a cool idea. It's executed in a pretty passable way. But I feel like if you're really into like this kind of idea, these kinds of action thrillers, I think you'll get something out of this. This isn't like a complete wash, but this definitely isn't the strongest of films. Everything's a bit subpar, and overall it just comes out a little subpar. But I feel like it has just enough that if you're a fan of genres like this, you might be able to get just a little bit of something out of it. But it's cheesy and overly dramatic at times, almost laughably so, but I feel like the cast is doing their best. They're committed to the performances and to these characters. Some of the female characters have a little bit more life and personality than any of the male characters, which at least they do. At least they're more interesting. Can't win them all. But in the end, I feel like this is one of those kinds of films where it's like you throw it on for an hour. Like this was like an hour and 18 minutes, I think, without the credits, or maybe an hour and 20 without the credits. So it's a quick watch. It's exactly what you expect it to be. There's some tension, there's some thrills, might be a little over the top and a little clunky at times, or maybe throughout the whole film. But in the end, I think Unchained is just enough genre thrills to at least grab some of those genre fans. But those are my thoughts on Unchained. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.